Mike Hood, what's up, Moats and Deke and the fam? What do you make of the Aiyuk chatter and his Instagram post?
Didn't he do he did the Deontay, right? Did the unfollow,
I
the
didn't see his
scrubbing?
Instagram post, but I saw certain Twitter accounts out there reporting that Aiyuk requested a trade and the Steelers are heavily in the mix.
No.
And then, was it Sunday? Yeah,
Mhm.
yesterday. Then Ayuk's
He's
agent
gonna play
said
for him or something like that, right?
those sources were wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. And then, yep, it was like, oh, he's requested a trade. He unfollowed him.
I think
scrubbed
you
all
know
the
what?
stuff,
I'll
and
say
then
this. I
after
think
that,
where
yeah.
there's smoke, there's fire. I think there
Yeah.
is something going on right now. And
We know what it is. He wants his contract.
he wants his
Yeah.
contract. I don't think he's happy with the 49ers. Steelers did show interest, a month ago? I think that was like legitimate reported, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that interest has gone away. And if things aren't going well with the Niners and Aiyuk, I'm sure they're open to calls. They just don't want it out there like how some of these Twitter accounts were reporting it, probably.
Mhm.
I think there's something going on.
I do too. We know that there is a foundation for them to be disgruntled. We know there's a foundation for it to be mutual interest between Brandon Aiyuk and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big sticker part is just what the Niners are willing to accept for departing with their services, man. I know Omar gonna try to strong arm though. That's why I do trust Omar on that one.
Yeah. I think there were some T. Higgins reports, too.
I missed the T. Higgins one. What did they talk about with him?
I think it was Phil Pony. He said Steelers have had internal conversations on trying to get Higgins.
I like it.
But they think it would be tough because we'd be trading with an AFC North rival.
Mm-hmm.
Something might happen before the draft. We even talked about that last week.
It's been chatter. That's definitely the chatter. That it's supposed to be something happening.
Aiyuk or
That's
Higgins?
what they're saying, man. Something. It's supposed to be big. That's what they say.
I'm not opposed.
What'd your boy say? Locking forward, right? What you said what?
Yeah.
He he heard something big was supposed to be happening before the draft,
Yeah.
and not no small regular sign of something big. That's what they saying. That's word on the street, Deke.
I'm not opposed to Higgins or Aiyuk, obviously. The question with both of them is just going to come down to the cost to get them and how much we pay them, how much we give them for a long-term extension. That's going to be the question to give like a definitive grade on whatever move happens. You add an Aiyuk or a Higgins, at least for this year, it's a big-time upgrade,
We're
right?
loving it this year.
Yeah. If you want to get into the nuances and logistics of it, we need to still figure out what it takes to get them and then how long the deal is and
Deke, who's
how
better to you
expensive
though?
the deal is.
Who's better to you? T. Higgins or Aiyuk?
I like them both, man. I can make a case for either or with the Steelers.
Who do you want?
Higgins, I want Aiyuk, actually.
Okay.
I want
And
Aiyuk
why?
here. Because of his blocking. And I think everything he did with the 49ers would translate perfectly here to be a compliment to George Pickens.
Okay.
I think Higgins, throughout his career, has probably stood up better on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aiyuk just really hasn't had that opportunity. Because there's been times where Jamar Chase has gotten hurt.
Yeah.
Higgins has stepped up. Higgins in his rookie year had to be the solo
Higgins
receiver
has
out there.
shown multiple times that he could be a one.
Yeah.
Whereas with Aiyuk, he's had a Debo, he's had a Kittle, he's had even McCaffrey, CMC, excuse me, as well out there.
Yeah. So I'm good with either or. I think Aiyuk would fit with Pickens better in this offense.
Yeah.
He'd just be a better version of Deontay. More physical version of
Yeah.
Deontay. Better deep threat than Deontay.
Yeah.
Better blocker. All that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You like Higgins, though, right?
I do. But more so because of what you were kind of referencing. I've seen him have to stand alone more. But I do also agree that Aiyuk fits our system of what we would be trying to do. And with the pieces we currently have, he does fit better. So that's why I'm kind of like back and forth with, yes, it's a better fit, but I think that I like his game more. I think that he's more explosive. But the problem also I would say is I think Aiyuk has the better hands though, bro. I just think I like Higgins' athleticism, but I think Aiyuk catches the ball better to me than with T. Higgins. I've seen T have some ones where you're just like, hey, dude, like, for you to go ahead and be that tier, that type of check that's about to be coming your way, I want to see more of those catches consistently.
Need more hands catches.
Yeah. You've seen what he look like. Sometimes it looks just a little uncomfortable.
Martavis-ish.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And it's like we never said that Tay couldn't catch, but at the same time, Tay couldn't catch like AB. Tay don't catch like Juju. But Tay, if we say who's the better player, I'm like, bro, if it's a one game, let me get Tay because I know Tay can go just stupid out there. But Juju gonna block better, gonna run better routes, gonna do all the other stuff, gonna catch every single one, got yards out there. You know what I mean? So it's like this is more well rounded. But I like what that can do. That can go to there. But that's the whole T Higgins deal right now. Like, and that's part of why he is kind of where he's at right now. It's like, yo, you view him as a one, but is he a franchise one or just a wide receiver one? It's like, where are we at with him? I don't think he's a two. I think he's past that.
Yep.
But that's kind of how I look at him. Whereas with Aiyuk, I just think Aiyuk is just a dope player, well-rounded in every fashion. But I don't feel like I'm going to look at Aiyuk and say, man, he's the best receiver in the league. I don't think he gets to that. Whereas the style that T. Higgins has is like, yo, it's just sexier. That's all. But it's definitely not as consistent as I would like if I'm about to be shelling out $24, $23+ million.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both of them dudes is in that price range.
Yeah.
Yeah. Along with having to give up, probably if it's Cincinnati, they ain't going to hold it for a second or first, and we got to pay it. Aiyuk, we looking at, yeah, who knows right now.
I brought up the Cardinals trading for DeAndre Hopkins, like back,
Yeah,
3-4 years ago. That was a second.
That
so,
was.
like, a second for Aiyuk is fair. If anything, that's compared to what Hopkins was at that time. Hopkins
I would agree.
was, top 3 in the league.
Yeah.
Like, second is very fair. I think even if we gave him a third and an extra pick for next year or something, that would be fair. But they want a first. They really like Aiyuk, and I don't blame them.
Aiyuk
you're trying to get the best value for your player.
Bro. He's a good player, and it's not a lot of guesswork with him. So when you bring him in, it's like like you just said, man, he could block, he could run the routes, he gonna have the effort, he gonna catch the football, like he's tough, got size, like what you get. So for the Niners, they know what they'll be losing in that same breath, though, and I think that's why for them, Debo is a dope player, but Debo and Aiyuk are different in terms of just their style of play, in terms of style of players they are, and they complement each other extremely well because one does what the other doesn't do, as high. And that's the part where I'm sure for the Niners, they're looking at that, and that's the internal discussion for them. Because you take Aiyuk out of that offense, now you got to figure out, all right, we got to get that guy. Now, could you get him in the draft? Sure. But I haven't watched the Niners to know what other needs that they're addressing, but it's like, I'm sure that's the convo over there.
Yeah.
Cincy, man, I wish, man, if Cincy won the division, I think it would be way easier to get T. Higgins. But because they're in the division, I feel like that's the one where they're going to strong arm us. Because I feel like Aiyuk, I don't know. I think he just gets, maybe it's from where I've seen, but I think that he has more buzz around the league in terms of this trade, at least of him being an available person. Whereas T. Higgins, it's been like quiet. I don't be hearing a lot of, T. Higgins linked here, T. Higgins linked there.
Because I don't think we've really heard from T. Higgins and his displeasure with the Bengals thus far.
Right. Whereas with Aiyuk, like it's been pretty, at least the past month we've known about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's posted Instagram. He's done little things.
Right.
Yeah, he's done little things to hint at that things aren't going well right now with the Niners.
Yeah. Because that's why I'm just like, man, if Higgins was on that, or if we do a little bit more, like, yeah, maybe that's different. But I feel like that's going to be almost like pulling teeth trying to get that one up off of Cincy. And the other reason I like that one is because I'm weakening them. It's the twofer. I get a dope player, and I'm taking a dope player away from you. Now, draft-wise, you just created another big need for yourself.
Yeah. Van Bradford, if I'm A.J. Brown, I'm back at the table, or trade me. Ain't no way I'm paying my number 2 over 20 per. Jettas and Jamar need 35 per if this what we doing.
You see Devontae Smith?
No.
In Philly, he got an extension. It's like,
I didn't see
4
it.
for 70 or something like that. I think it was, yeah. He got like a big deal, yeah. Yeah.
What's the numbers?
Was it? I want to say it was 4. I think it was 4 for 70. I could be off, but I want to say it was like something like that, bro.
That's less than 20 then, right?
Or maybe
that's
I'm
a
wrong.
steal.
Or no, 3 for 70. 3 for 70.
Okay.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Because it was an extension, yeah, because he had 1 year still on it.
3-year contract extension.
Mm-hmm.
If we got the numbers, this is the Eagles' official site. Can you
Once it's 3
post
for
the
70.
numbers, please?
Yeah.
Whoever the hell's making this article.
I did see it. You got the big post up there with no numbers up there.
3 years, 75, so 25.
Yeah, 20. Okay, 25. Yeah. What's AJ making?
I think 25.
But AJ signed his deal 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you tripping on that if you AJ? Sure, but at the same time, bro, it's that's how the circle goes.
There's a natural inflation
goes,
with the salary cap in the NFL.
When you're back up, you'll be able to hop in and get another big check. But does that mean do it right now? If you want to be out of Philly, sure, go for it right now.
I'm not gonna say he had a down year last year, but he
I remember him and Jalen Hurts. They started to have that little like weird tension at the end.
No, never mind. He had 1,400 yards.
But it was still at one point last year. They said it was like tension. That was why the whole Devontae Smith thing. They were starting to like him more, like favor him more, something like that.